So you definitely got the intro.
Yeah, I'll get the intro. We started recording it. I did a couple of different variations of it.
Yeah.
The other day. I don't know. There was just. It can get corny quick, can't it?
Yeah.
Like you can start.
It wasn't there yet. I think yeah. No. Let's hear it again. Am I gonna have? No, I'm not gonna have it. You got it, don't you?
Yeah, I got it.
So what I was thinking.
I had to reset my password whenever I first got onto my computer today.
You forgot to?
No, I didn't forget to. It made me, and it's not like I didn't even put in my password to incorrectly for it to prompt me to change it. It just made me change it.
You've been hacked.
Maybe. Damn Iranians. Dude, did you see the footage of the Iranians seizing that British fuel tanker?
No.
It was wild. Jeez, packing heat in here. Are you cleared?
Yeah.
God, bringing guns up in here. But yeah, we got to watch the video. It was insane. I don't know if it's doctored video, if it's real.
So they took it.
They took it. They said they were in violation of maritime laws, and they took that shit.
How about
a helicopter came in, guys dropped out. There were probably 6 or 7 boats surrounding the thing, and it was a takeover. There was 27,
and it was the oil tanker.
It was like 25 to 30 guys on the boat that they took. Tanker. It's not a boat. It's a fucking tanker.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
They took it. How do you take a boat that big?
What do they do with the people? They just kick them off? Like,
I don't know, but
get out of here.
Did they steal the oil too? Or are they going to give it back? That's insane.
They probably got the money. They probably paid for it and everything.
It was just passing through. It wasn't theirs. It wasn't their oil. It wasn't their tanker. None of it was theirs. Oh, it was weird.
Couples of 2 liters. Gosh, kids, 2 liters of fucking Sprite. What the hell?
Whiskey mixers.
I think I'm going on a 30-day fast with no alcohol.
Oh yeah,
mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why?
Chelsea's in a bad space right now, so she was like, "Hey, I want to do something different."
Yeah.
It's like, all right. Hey, it's your world. I'm just living in it.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. Oh, I wanted to tell you too, or not tell you, but ask you, or tell you. I invited Tad on.
Who the hell's Tad?
Tad, Freddie's dad.
Tad's Freddie's dad. Still.
He just biked across America. I posted about him a couple of times.
You
Compagno. Anyhow.
We talked about this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I asked if he'd be interested in come on. He's interested.
How cool is that?
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know what to talk about. I said, maybe we'll start you biking across America. I bet you so.
That's
maybe that'll spur conversation. He's so modest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, are you serious? You don't know what to talk about?
So what the heck were we getting before we went to Iran?
Oh, this.
The intro and the outro?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I sent you this. So this is the outro.
Hello, welcome to Stars Podcast, where we talk
Your voice
about
sounds
hacking
amazing,
our brains, hacking our bodies to get the true max out of every single day and reaching our potential. We talk about self-defense, mixed martial arts, and all types of related subjects
I don't like that
help
part.
us get to where we want to be. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the journey.
If you throw all that in the first we talk about,
Yeah.
those 2 we talk about.
Yeah.
Throw that in the first we talk about.
Okay.
And how we could do it. Say, hey, this is Aaron. This is Ron. Boom, boom, boom. Then you do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do the outro.
Okay. What do you mean? Hey, this is Aaron and Ron. We're both not going to talk, right?
No. You're going to say that part right there.
Oh, okay. Got it.
You know what I mean? So, hey, this is Aaron Diaz and Ron. Welcome to the Stars Podcast. Boom. Then.
So, are we going to record that? Like you?
Sure, why not?
You, me,
Yeah.
and then that?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Think?
Yeah.
Well, you just do it. Hey, what's up? This is Ron with Stars Podcast.
I don't even want to introduce myself. I just want to do it as
Hey,
Stars
what's up?
Podcast.
This is the Stars Podcast.
Yeah. That way it's just both of us.
Yeah.
It's just inherently both of us then.
Right. Gotcha.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
I don't want to be bikers for Trump. She sends me stuff all the time. But I don't want to have a bike. I don't have a bike. So yeah. So
I don't have a bike.
If it's
But I do
that,
agree we need an intro, outro.
Yeah.
So the journey has begun.
To go off of your journey.
Anything of value
Yeah.
inside of what we talked about today, please feel free to subscribe, share, let everybody know that this podcast is the truth. Just two dudes trying to make a better humans. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
Game on.
Yeah, and we'll just record them on these, and then that way
Yeah.
it's clean.
Bro.
That's easy enough.
The whole thing was clean. The latest video sound.
Oh, did you like it? What did it? Was
Yeah.
was it good?
You don't.
No, I mean like
Sure.
the sound
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
Being in here is it.
Yeah.
Telling
So being in here is it. When you send it to me though, for some reason it's low, like on my computer. It could just be my computer.
I don't think it is. So I did something different last time.
Okay.
I turned down these.
Because of the echo?
Yeah, I wanted to try and get less echo back and forth.
There was no echo.
So we'll see if, because I put them back up this time because I noticed that it was low in some spots. Like whenever I don't speak up because I have a tendency to mumble.
About 3/4.
Well, I didn't even put it down very much.
Oh. Okay.
So just a little bit is a lot
Gotcha.
with this stuff. But anyhow. So yeah. Well, that's business.
Are we recording?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the housekeeping. That was the housekeeping. So I ran 60 miles today.
That's. Yeah.
Let me tell you how hot it was this morning at 5 o'clock in the damn morning.
That's
I walked outside. I couldn't even breathe. It was awful. Probably the most miserable I've been on a run ever.
Is that
It was
why
just
you were
so.
slow?
I'm always slow.
No, but you said that you had lost some time.
Actually, this time around, I didn't do too bad. It was I don't know. I didn't lose any time this time.
Really?
Yeah, that was actually like a minute. So we were looking at last year's times versus this year's times. I'm actually about 35 seconds faster per mile this year than last year. And I was also looking at the water.
That's new.
I was also looking at the drastic increase last year. Because remember, I injured my knee last year too.
Yeah.
It was like an overuse thing. And I went from like 2 miles, 2 miles, 2 miles, 3 miles.
How old are you? How old are you?
33.
Bro, and you getting this overuse thing now? It's going to get hard.
Well, listen. I went from running 2 miles to 10 miles to 20 miles in a month.
That's hard.
That's overuse.
Yeah.
That was last year.
Right.
This year, I trained totally different.
Because you got smart.
Yeah.
Because your wife wants to keep you around longer.
It wasn't even so much her. It was I wanted to keep doing this. So I went to PT for a couple weeks and they completely changed the way I run.
I'm going to slurp if I keep this lid on.
Don't slurp. That's gross.
Is it?
Do you want a straw?
Is it gross?
Slurping?
Slurping is not gross.
Only if you're eating soup. It's not
See, now
gross.
that's annoying.
It's actually a proper way to eat soup. Don't do it. You're not eating soup. I'm telling you. It's the proper way to eat soup. You have to slurp it.
With slurps.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
It's etiquette.
Is it more of the air? So
Etiquette.
Like belching or something?
I have no idea. It's in the etiquette book.
I think you're lying. You're making this up.
I'm not.
You know we're not like a deep diving podcast.
Did you ever go to an etiquette class?
Yeah.
Ever?
Because that's like, yes. Oh, I can't wait to try
Like a
etiquette.
home ec class or something.
You know, like, hey, I want to learn to swim. etiquette. That's not what it's called, right? Etiquette.
Listen.
It's to be proper.
Yes.
Yes, honey, we're down here.
Great.
Well, hello.
Yeah. Hi. You want to be on the podcast?
Hi.
Hi.
She's so safe.
All right, careful. You're going to spill the coffee.
She's so safe walking down the steps with the helmet on.
What's up?
So we set up a fort and everything, and
Forts are cool.
Lydia's and Becca's parents said yes, and I was asking you if I could have a sleepover.
Welcome to my world. I got 2 sleeping over my house right now.
Let me finish this, and then I'll give you an answer.
Okay.
Sleepover
Like
here.
and subscribe.
A sleepover here or over there?
There.
Ooh.
I'll think about it.
Okay. They said yes.
You told me that.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Like and subscribe.
She's awesome. Bro, you gotta put that in there.
It's in there. I don't edit these.
Like, it's
I just snip
like
them.
and subscribe. Like,
She's a TikToker.
really?
Mm-hmm. She loves the stuff.
Have you tried the TikTok?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I think there has to be an age appropriation for TikTok.
What do you mean?
Like, I think anybody...
X age, you can't do it anymore.
Yeah. There has to be a cutoff, like maybe 14.
Like if you're over 14, stop it.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. TikTok.
It's kind of neat though the way that they make the videos. Like it's all preset. Everything's already preset. You just kind of click the button and do stuff.
So
From what I noticed.
when you were growing up and someone asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? What was your answer?
A professional baseball player.
Professional baseball player. Me, not so much. So I wanted to be a firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Because I guess at that time it was just like firefighter, policeman, superhero. That's all you had.
Superhero.
Yeah. Kindergarten. I don't know.
Okay.
Kindergarten in the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm picking it up.
Superhero. So I guess now there was a recent poll by I don't know who, but they asked kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? YouTuber.
Everybody wants to be a YouTuber.
Everybody wants to be a YouTuber.
Interesting.
That quick money, man.
I don't even think the kids care about that money though.
No, I don't think so either.
I think it's all about the likes and the notoriety and the attention.
Yeah.
I really do.
But that's such a detriment, though. When you start to think about other people and what they think about you, is that good or bad? I guess we've probably done that our entire lives, and we just not put it all online.
I mean, that's just... Yeah, you definitely do it all the time. You do it all the time. I do it all the time. I care about what people think.
I know.
Even you could say I don't give a shit what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
You know, I do what me. I
but
do
you
me.
do.
But you do.
What you do?
Like, why'd you put on that shirt today? Because I wanted somebody to notice X. You know, whenever
Right.
they wear whatever. I don't know. Whatever shirt.
Yeah.
You know, you do certain things because you want people to notice it in a certain way and perceive you in a certain way.
Right.
For sure. Like, there's no other reason that you just don't wear a burlap sack.
Yeah, definitely.
You
So,
know?
like, you have to wear pants.
Yeah. And I don't think it's a bad thing to want people to perceive you in certain ways.
But to put so much emphasis in what people think?
Listen, I think being a YouTuber is just fine.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not.
And I
dead set
also
against
think
it.
that that's kind of it's how people
Express themselves.
not only that, it's just how people learn now. I mean, a visual learner, I'd like to know the breakdown of like visual
gotta
learner
be one.
versus a book learner.
Yeah.
Because visual learners, if you can do both, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But it just seems like a lot more people are visual learners. So watching somebody do something, doing tutorial videos, doing all those things, I think it can be really good.
Yeah, I think it does give a sense of self-esteem too, but it could also be a detriment as well. So like, I heard something good on I don't know, it was a podcast, YouTube, or whatever, where it was talking about if you have something to say of value, right? You have to put yourself out there. If now I know it was there was a man that gave a group of villagers a sundial. And I got this from Dr. Conti. So if for some reason this goes viral, I'm going to give him credit just because that's where I heard it.
Sure.
So he gave these villagers a sundial. And the villagers, and if I jack it all up, you know, whatever.
Go look at Conti's video.
Yes, go look at Conti's video. So the villagers made it, they enshrined this thing, covered it up, like just built a whole like harem type deal out of it, right? It's a sundial. So it has to be used by the elements. It has to be outside. It has to be able to do what it's supposed to do. It needs to be in the elements. So me and you, we have something of value to give to the world, right? We can't keep this trapped up in ourselves. Just me and you in a coffee shop telling nobody what good stuff we have to offer. That's asinine. So we put ourselves out there, but it opens us up to negativity, to people talking about you guys are dumb, you're stupid, like how could you do this? Like, but it's their own insecurities that they're dealing with,
For sure.
you know. But it's like, look, we got something to say. We want to put some good stuff out there for good people. Why not? Why not? Because I want my son, my kids, I want their kids to see, you know what, Grandpa used to do this crazy thing on YouTube.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And he was a forefather for our family to be who we are, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's the legacy you want to leave, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think so. That's, you always want to. I like that idea of, you know, looking at, like, my daughter looking at me. At some point, it was like, man, he put himself out there.
Right.
I'm gonna put myself out there. Like, it's hard.
That is hard.
It's hard to put yourself
Because
out
it's
there.
setting you up for negativity.
It's setting you up for absolute,
Whatever.
yeah,
Either positive. It's not
good
all
or
positive.
bad.
Yeah.
You just kind of say, I'm ready.
Yeah. And
Bring it.
And that's sometimes hard to do because I mean, there was one person I ran into the other day. I mean, we're not friends. We're associates. Like, we're cool.
Yeah.
But they were like, bro, you are everywhere. Like, I'm sick. I can't take you at work. I can't take you at home. I can't take you on my computer, on my phone. Like,
Yeah.
where does it end? Like, I need a part-time. I need some time away
Right.
from you. Like, I was like, I don't know, man. It's all about audacious content. We're just throwing it
I like
out there.
that.
It's just
It's
out
like
there.
I can't get away from you.
Yeah, like, seriously, I'm sorry, my man. Like, I have to hit all the angles. I
Yeah.
want all the feelers out there.
That is crazy. He said, I can't get away from you.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I guess, you really are. At work, through Valor, through the Stars podcast, through your page. I mean, it's all over there.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. You're busy.
It's exhausting a little bit, but
It is exhausting.
yeah.
That's the counter side to this.
It is. That is.
I mean, it's Sunday afternoon at 6:00 in the evening.
we got kids that are trying to ask to have sleepovers and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, we got parent stuff to do.
Right. There's, and I, that's the salt of it.
Yeah.
That's really that fine granular type stuff is we find time to make it happen.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who it was. I'm bad with that. But it's like you find time to do things you want to do.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
And this is something that actually I think landed me my wife. Was
Hello.
I made it.
Because he really did shoot out the park on that one, just saying.
I went for the stars on that one. But I went over and above. I would get off work at 11 o'clock in Mars, go down to Pittsburgh, see her, drive back to my place in Butler, drive back to Mars in the morning. I mean, I was running 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, because
going back and forth.
Because you were in love, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that was, you was like, no.
But there's no difference in...
I'm in this to win it.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's how I attack things.
Yeah. Which, this is not a bad thing.
You know? But a lot of the times, that's where my frustration grows. Mm-hmm. Is when I hear people say, well, I don't have time for that. Oh, where do you find all the time to do that? Must be nice. You have time to do that.
There's that negativity. Throwing the shade.
Yeah. And it's like, son of a bitch. No, I don't have time to do any of that.
None.
I woke up at 4:30 this morning to go on my run. And then, yes, I took a 30-minute nap today.
Ooh, I would have loved a nap.
I know, right? Very high class of me. So I took a nap today at, 12 o'clock. Drove my wife to the airport. Came back. Had dinner. And now we're doing this. Like, the workout this morning took 3 hours.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to make time.
That's right.
To do the things that are going to soar you in the right direction.
Yes.
And there's no other way to do it.
Yeah.
You, to come here, had to fit it in between your family stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a small window.
And as soon as I'm done, I have to stop at the grocery store and pick up stuff for dinner.
Right. Because there's still the daily shit you still have to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't stop just because we're doing this it doesn't stop.
So, but this just shows the passion that we have to put out like good content.
Absolutely.
For people that's going to be like, you know what? These are just two freaking regular dudes that have the same problems everyone else does.
Exactly. And I want people to know that.
Right.
I'm not above.
You are not alone.
I got laundry everywhere that I've been doing all day. Yeah. The dishes, like all of that.
Yeah.
I'm a
Don't
house.
think just because
I'm a house dad too.
We're putting stuff on YouTube, like all of a sudden our world is beautiful.
No,
because it's not. I just want you to know it is not beautiful.
We
all have problems.
Yes,
everybody has problems.
It's just frustrating when you hear people say that I don't have time for that. You do.
Yeah.
There is time for whatever you want to do. Whether that's going to the gym or going to the bar.
Speak on it.
You know what I mean?
That going on the gym, man. Be like, yeah. Like I said before.
I'm tired.
I really need to lose like 15 pounds, but I'm going to go and hang out and binge drink myself to oblivion and wake up, be too tired the next day.
That's the biggest reason why I totally quit alcohol.
Oh,
totally. Because of that, I can't train enough. If I'm doing that, I lose out on training days.
Yeah, I think me and my wife might take you up on your 4:30 morning call.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's hard.
Whoa.
It's hard. I don't do it. I don't do it hardly at all. I do it on Sundays. I quit doing it because I felt like. So I listened to, I can't remember his name either.
Gosh, you're the worst.
I am the worst. But he wrote the book on sleep. It's a recent book out. He was on Rogan. He's been on I think he was on Greenfield. I know he was on Peter Attia, or Peter Attia has referenced this guy's book. But anyhow, you should be getting sleep. Your body, whenever your body does go to sleep, it produces a lot of kind of recovery juice, if you will. Like your liver produces certain things. Just different.
I know it's hell on stress.
Yeah, your cortisol levels will go through the roof if you don't get enough sleep.
Yeah,
and
cortisol is that's like the detriment to your body.
Yeah,
I mean it builds the candida inside your intestine and just hardens stuff up for you to just be like, you know what, I need to shut down right now. You know, I need to lay down. I need to sleep. I need to cry. I need to, and that depression will start to just cover you like a blanket until you're ready to go night-night, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sleep is a big thing.
It is. And I wasn't getting enough when I was waking up at 4:30.
Yeah.
And
Well, because you're a busy guy. Goes
Yeah.
back to like,
well, I'm training, and here I am. I don't have time, but I'm training until 10:30, 11 o'clock at night some nights.
yeah.
And that's just because, I still have a full-time job. I got to work, and then the family, and then my training.
Yeah.
So my training happens during the evening time typically, and then to wake back up, it just got to be too much. Call me a baby.
No. I mean, you're doing 10 times more than somebody that's been wishing they wanted to do it for the past 5 to 10
for
years.
sure.
Goes back to that action phase we were talking about before we started this
Yeah,
thing.
talk to me about that, because I don't really know a whole ton about it.
Oh, so like I'm very new into the whole stages of change, right? So you got your pre-contemplation, and most people stay stuck in that pre-contemplation phase, and they don't take that step into the action phase. You can prepare as much as you want and be like, oh, it has to be an ideal situation, or, oh, I have to be able to make so much money before I leave my job, or I have to be fit before I start doing Krav Maga training.
That was crazy.
Like that's not what this is for. So you can prepare all you want. You can try to get the most ideal situation for yourself. It kind of people with that want to start families. Well, I want to be financially set. And I know when it comes down to having kids, you're never ready.
Right.
Never ready. So things happen, kids come out, and you're just fine. You want to start hitting the gym. You're like, well, just get up and go to the gym.
Right.
Stop eating the fatty foods. Stop eating
So why
at buffets.
Why do people get stuck in the pre-contemplation phase?
Man,
Like, why do you think they get stuck?
it's just maybe it has to be that they're not sure of themselves, or they don't know enough about themselves to say, I can do it. Or they don't want to fail. People don't like failing.
Right. So how do we get over that though? Because it's not, in my opinion, how you get over it is you just set smaller goals.
You got to. So I did hear
smaller goals.
I did hear how somebody was saying, if you say you want to start going to the gym, just go to the gym, drive to the gym. You don't have to get out the car. Just drive to the gym. Turn around, drive back home. Step foot in the gym. You're in a gym, you're in there 5 minutes, you know what? At least you got up. Boom, go back home. Do that till it starts to become habitual to you. And then you're there. Like me, I went back to school, and I was telling people that I was going back to school, but it was almost, I didn't want to make a big deal out of it until, like, people were like, oh, congratulations. I'm like, no, there's nothing to congratulate me about because I never opened up a book yet.
Yeah.
Like, I want you to congratulate me when I finish my semester, or I go for a week and don't say like, oh, I can't go back.
Yeah.
Then I can get some congratulations. But just because I have it in my mind that I'm going to go to school, or that I'm telling you I'm going to school, because there's too much in between there to be like, you know what, I'm not going to go. So how do you get over that? I mean, how I got over it, I created, what do I want to see? Like, what's my goals? What my outcome? What do I want to do what's my end game? So when after I got in the military, when I originally went back to school, I made a collage of my oldest daughter's pictures and just put it all together, right, and taped it right to the front of my notebook. Every time I opened up that notebook, boom, there she was. And I said, you know what? This is the reason why I'm doing it. Now it's time to get to work. Boom. Start taking notes. Start studying. Start cracking them books. You have to become goal-oriented about something. If it's like, hey, I want to do better at ultimate frisbee, right? I like ultimate frisbee. That's like something I want to.
Can we go off on a tangent?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
So anyway, I want to get into ultimate frisbee, right? But you have to buy a bag. You have to put it in your head, not that I can't get into ultimate frisbee, but I'm gonna get into ultimate frisbee. You start speaking those thoughts into existence,
Yeah.
and you start to feel it. Then your mind is talking to your body and said, "Hey, we got to go to Walmart and get a bag so we can get to ultimate frisbee." Go on your tangent.
So I went to a party the other day, and they were throwing the frisbee.
Yeah.
And I found out that one of the ladies at Krav plays ultimate frisbee,
Okay.
and she's really good. Like she
Nice.
was able to throw the frisbee. She was falling away from her target, and threw it like this, like just kind of flicked her wrist backwards, 30 yards, and it just kept going. It was insane.
Like with no hesitation.
Yeah,
Like
no
there was-
hesitation.
Boom.
No setting the feet. It was just ding,
And she threw it 30 yards.
30 yards. Blew my freaking mind.
Insane.
So then I started asking her about ultimate frisbee and stuff like that.
Bro, you want to get in?
Mm,
Like, yeah, like we need another freaking
I
hobby. and
can't
put
bring on something else right now. I just can't.
My son wanted to get into it, but I would,
It's a cool sport. A guy that I used to brew beer with, he's a coach for the
used to
ultimate.
brew beer with. Yes.
He's an ultimate frisbee coach.
Stop it.
No, he
This-
is.
You get the most random stuff. You're part of the bean toss champion of the world, and
Yeah, the American Cornhole Association, ACO.
ultimate frisbee coaches. Like,
Yeah,
this is a thing.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Do people pay for like one-on-one sessions with this guy?
How about that? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
He was. Now I might be being overzealous in saying this, but he got to a point where
He was recruited by the Olympics for ultimate. Stop. Don't look at me like that.
I don't know if it is like he was in a professional league of ultimate frisbee.
Wow.
And his teams always win. Not always win, but they're great teams whenever he's coaching. He's impressive.
Speaking about people impressive. So how about so all week I did a training about some verbal de-escalation skills and just how to. I ran into a guy that was like on the outer perimeter of the Navy SEAL that shot to save Captain Phillips, the pirate. You know the
I don't know the story.
Okay, so there were pirates that took over a vessel, and
Recently?
Captain Phillips. No, this is probably
This is a while ago.
yeah, about 5-6 years ago.
Oh, that's pretty recent.
And so there was like a Navy SEAL like on like barreling waves, shot his hostage taker for him to jump off the boat. So needless to say, so this guy has done some stuff. Like he wasn't a Navy SEAL, but he worked with them. He was a boarder. He would board vessels. Super interesting because he's been to some really, really cool training. You look at this guy though, no idea. Like you would never know the amount of stuff that person has seen. You know, the things that he's done, the professional like acts of, you know, bravery that he had. You wouldn't know. You look at him, be like, he's just a regular
normal
old
guy.
Joe. But he has so much history. I was like, bro, that's amazing. Like that is so cool.
For sure.
And he was like, you know, but he's like
Super humble,
nonchalant,
too.
yeah, super humble about it. But he's looking at me like, bro, how do you do so much? What do you have? It goes back to where do you have the time to fit this all in? Mm-hmm. He said, I would love for my hobbies to make money for me, and I was like, hey, bro, I don't know. Goes back to you, just do it, just freaking do it.
Sometimes you just have to.
Yeah, but like that guy, like I would love to have him down, freaking sit there and chat with him about some of the things that he had done.
Yeah, you were saying about boarding vessels. Did you see that post that Dan shared? It was a couple days ago. It was a guy that jumped on a submarine that was smuggling drugs.
Yeah.
Jumped on it and was banging
Yes.
on the hatch.
Yeah.
What a crazy guy.
Yeah, well, this was the stuff that he used to do.
Yeah,
so
that's-
his job was to go in and dismantle the engines. So that was his job. So he would go in, they would freaking clear a submarine. They would go in, arrest these people, put them in zip ties and all that, and he would have to go and mess with this engine for it to stop moving.
Mm-hmm.
Then they get everybody out. They get all the drugs. They get all the intel. Then they blow the vessels up. They just shoot them until they sink.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you need?
I need an answer now. Not trying to be mean.
That was good.
Why do you need an answer right now?
Because they're already like getting everything ready.
I think she has a point.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah?
Sure.
I'm gonna get everything ready.
Very good.
Love you.
Love you too.
Sorry.
She needs an answer now.
It was time sensitive, bro.
I don't know that it was.
Yes, it was. So
It's 6 o'clock.
but you're going to somebody else's house.
They're
wanna-
right up the road.
They want to make sure they got enough s'mores for them. I'm getting blown up here because there's probably additions.
You need some 2 liters.
Yeah, I need 2 liters of Sprite. There's like crackers and
This is a freaking mess.
this is
This is reality.
this is the life.
This is it.
This is it.
It's not always fucking
how
perfect.
do we fit in? That's it. That's how we
We
fit.
just fit it in. We just fit it in. This is fun though. I'm just like she's knocking. Oh god. Jiu-jitsu competition Saturday.
next Saturday.
This Saturday coming up. So yeah, next is that what you say?
Yeah.
You say next Saturday?
Well, because
Because it's this one coming up? Because next makes sense.
what?
I get so mad at that. It's this Saturday.
But
The Saturday, it's
but this
Sunday.
but this is
it's
the
a new
weekend.
week.
This is the weekend.
Oh
still.
my god!
So you have
We're
Saturday and Sunday. That's
The
a weekend.
calendar starts on a Sunday. It starts on a Sunday, and it goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
But
That's
who actually
this
looks at
Saturday.
a calendar for Sunday being the beginning of the week? No way.
Everybody.
Nobody. So I would
So
like
I'm
to
in
make
the-
a poll out there for anybody. If you
I'd like to know. I would like to know.
comment down below if you start your week with a Sunday or a Monday. Now you got people that like, oh, I work swing shift and
No, I don't care.
actually my Wednesday is my Monday. Like all
no.
them random.
When you look at a calendar, what is the first day of the week?
That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, it is.
What's a weekend? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday is a weekend, right? So it's a weekend,
Yes.
not a week beginning.
You got a weak beginning right now. You have a weak beginning of your argument. This Saturday
So
is
the end of
jiu-jitsu
the week.
competition. Yeah.
How are you, man? Super stoked.
Yeah, I'm excited actually. I'm very excited for this one. I think it's a bigger one.
Because you got one under your belt.
Got one under my belt. I have a.
Man, I got a gun course Saturday. I can't go either.
It's okay. It's over at Pittsburgh Indoor Sports Arena.
Where?
Pittsburgh Indoor Sports Arena.
I know where it's at.
Yeah, the Pisa Center.
Yes.
Yeah, right off the turnpike. Yeah. Trying to get some double gold.
Wow.
I got high goals.
Hey, well, so you haven't lost yet.
Yeah, 2-0. Careful.
Hey, right now you're batting 1,000.
I am. Well, we have a new guy up at the gym now. He's been there consistently for a month. So he's doing well.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's fun rolling with him too. He's bigger than I am.
Mm-hmm.
So he's pretty strong too. So it's like I don't know, working on positions and things like that.
Part of the chess match.
Yeah. Dude, my ground game is from my back so weak.
Is it?
Oh. I need to get so much better at it.
So
That whole entire game is crazy.
that's a different animal.
Oh, it's so wild.
But that's awesome. Like you really talk about putting yourself out there. Like you're putting yourself out there, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like you definitely are.
Yeah, it was funny. So Chris, whenever he did his first tournament, he goes, I didn't even tell anybody about it. Because my shit was all over the place. And mostly it started out why it was out there. I didn't even realize that when I put like interested in an event, it posted to my page.
Yeah.
I never realized that. So I put that on there and I immediately got hits on it. I'm like, how does everybody know that I'm doing this? Because it posted on my page.
Are you brand new?
Yeah, to events and stuff.
That's ridiculous.
Listen.
Gosh. I bet your daughter would know. The
Probably.
one that just had the sleepover.
Probably. She probably would know. I don't know. Just a millennial trying to figure it out, man.
Gosh, you're not a millennial.
Yes, I am.
I think millennial is not so much of a date. I know everybody says it's a date. I think it's a mindset.
I'm pretty sure I'm a millennial.
I think it's it's a mindset. Age range. There it is. Why not just ask Google?
Yeah, 81 and 96.
Bro, you're a baby. I'm an Xer.
You're an Xer?
Yep, Generation
Gen
X.
X.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's
Gen X. What
do
is
you
that age range?
a lot.
Old as shit.
This was before internet. This was when we actually had
Jesus. 65 to 79. God.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
He's still alive?
Goodness. So
82 million people in the U.S.
why did they come with an X? What is an X? Why did they come up with X? Why is Gen X called Gen X? You missed it. It's right
Did
there.
I?
Yeah. Go back. Boom. Bottom question.
Tales in accelerated culture, the naming of Gen X began a rather lazy era of alphabetical generation names.
But we're the most productive in society.
So there was like a Gen X, Gen Y, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
and then millennial
And
because
then-
we're special.
No, because you guys, we ran out of
We're
alphabets.
Well, you started with X, X, Y, Z. Like, great job.
Could've been-
Couldn't have started at A.
Double X,
The hell's wrong with these people?
XX.
They were getting old already. That's funny.
Wow, that's where we're at. We really,
It's a lot of people, though.
it's probably
82 million
in
in
the
the
US.
U.S.
Yeah.
are Gen Xers. Wow.
They're currently 25 to 39. That's a lie.
No, that's not what it said.
That's what it said.
No, it didn't. It said 40 to 54.
They're also right there, currently between 25 and 39. Google, you jacked it all up.
So Gen Y or millennials were born between 80 and 94. They are currently between ages
those
25
people.
and 39. Wow, somebody's a headline reader. Let me take a deep dive.
Speaking of headlines,
Go ahead.
where were you going with this?
I was actually going to talk about the thing that I posted from National Geographic the other day.
Holla.
The GMO crops. It took me like 45 minutes to read this article.
It's way too much time.
It was a lot. I was sitting there icing my knee, and I'm like, fuck it, let's read it. I'd like, because, you know, like you scroll, and you're like, oh, my God, this is going to take forever. So I'm like, all right. I scroll back to the top. Let's do this. So I was reading it. It was fascinating, the amount of engineering that goes behind crossbreeding plants to get them to be resistant to certain bugs. Like when a bug eats it, it dies, the bug itself. And they also, so like they'll crossbreed and then put it through a bunch of tests to make sure that it doesn't have any allergens.
Mm-hmm.
Because they did like a Brazilian nut and a soybean
Okay.
to give it more like vitamins and whatever and protein to make it a more like I don't know, bountiful.
Yeah, that's
Type
pretty
of crop.
cool. There was another movie about that. It's
Was
called
it?
Jurassic Park, bro. We're gonna freaking lose. We're done. Also, that Will Smith movie that they created
iRobot?
No, they created zombies.
Come on.
Yes. The will. This is what's gonna happen.
Because we're crossbreeding plants.
Yes.
We've been crossbreeding plants forever.
But not to the magnitude that you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
You think?
Oh yeah, this is what the article talked about.
Well, this is then it's
like
bound to happen.
even a tomato.
I Am Legend.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie.
Great movie.
I like that movie.
If you
Where he had
wanna
the dog.
die. Yes.
He had the dog.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Like he cried in a bathtub with his dog.
Yeah, because
That's like bottom barrel stuff.
he was like the last human,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
thought.
So he thought. I guess I don't remember the movie fully.
Well, he was on Manhattan on the island,
Mm-hmm.
and the zombie apocalypse came, and he was the doctor that was supposed to create the gene to change them all.
Oh, the zombies?
Yeah, like he was trying to, because it was a virus that he was trying to cure. Bro, you need to watch the movie.
I'm gonna have to
again.
watch it again. Yeah.
He also cried when he killed his dog. I kind of cried a little bit when he killed his dog.
Spoiler alert.
The movie's like 15 years old.
I haven't watched it.
Oh my
I
god.
haven't watched it fully, I guess.
Yeah,
I
obviously.
watched Avatar today.
The
Kind of
yeah.
in between my nap. I watched Avatar today.
You mean Avatar watched you?
Nap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I watched it for a little bit. But anyhow, the crops, they've been doing it forever.
Go ahead.
They've been cross-pollinating and all of that for...
So what did you get out of the article?
So the article was really going after the ability to feed the world or redistribute the food in the world currently, and how is this a possibility, meaning crossbreeding the crops or redistributing the food for everybody to eat. It was an interesting read.
It sounds like it.
Piss off. A soft spot for me is kind of like feeding America and
Love it.
and nutritious lunches for kids and all of that stuff.
So you know that
Water and clean water and food for all kids, because if you don't have those basic needs met, you can't do anything.
nothing. Yeah. Kind of like
Snorefest.
Maslow's
hierarchy
yeah.
of needs.
Yeah. And you know that the company Plexus, their shake,
Mm-hmm.
if you buy one bag, it actually feeds like 5 people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
neat.
That's the money they give back to
That's awesome.
for the hunger of America. Because a lot of people that went into that company,
Mm-hmm.
they were like on their last buck. So some of the originators for that company,
Mm-hmm.
where they started to turn their life around, was it all wrapped around to them being hungry. So they tried to do something better, and that's how it came out.
No, that's great.
It's pretty interesting.
That is interesting.
So the headline that I was talking about, which is not getting any play at all, about what's going on in Puerto Rico.
What's going on in Puerto Rico?
Well, they're kind of starting a coup. They're trying to dethrone the governor
Mm-hmm.
because they believe he's corrupt, and the money that the U.S. is giving him, he's putting it to other allocations aside from the
Well, yeah,
people
and that's
that
why
are still
we-
out of power.
That's why we were saying that we were going to control that money and where it goes to,
Right.
and not him,
Yep.
because the money that we gave initially during the relief fund
Right.
was gone
Mm-hmm.
mysteriously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and now it was corrupt prior to this governor getting into office, but the corruption is still going on,
Mm-hmm.
and they are there's more talks about illegal aliens than there is about the U.S. citizens which are in Puerto Rico. So there's a lot of attention going towards the immigrants that are trying to come over illegally that can't do nothing else for this country,
Mm-hmm.
where you have U.S. citizens that are veterans, people that are proactive, that pay taxes, that are part of the generation of United States citizens. They can't get no love. So I was kind of angry about that. because they got no airplay. It's all.
But
It seems like
I guess
everybody's
I don't
pushing in their agenda.
Well, I don't follow.
So
Like, how does?
okay. So the let's say how the talks now. Gosh, I can't think of the freaking word where they got the Democratic Party, their platform.
Yeah, the
right
debates.
now. The debates are all wrapped around illegal aliens and do we need a wall? Don't we need a wall? These camps.
Yeah.
These separation of families.
Mm-hmm.
It's taking over what's actually going on in Puerto Rico. That's what I mean about they're not getting airplay.
Okay.
They're not getting any attention to the U.S. citizens that are actually going.
Well, because those talking points were made 6 months ago.
It's old news now.
No, what I'm saying is their strategy, all of the Democrats in their debate, all of their strategy is from 6 months ago, 4 months ago. It's all old stuff.
Right. So they're bringing it up as opposed to what's happening
Yeah,
right
because
now.
God, I just the politics are so weird anymore because nobody wants to. I don't want to say nobody. I don't even follow it close enough to be intelligent about this, but it just there used to be an etiquette.
Yeah.
It seemed like there was. Yeah, we're on two different sides of the table on a lot of things.
But the common good should be the U.S. United States.
Like we're all Team USA, right? We're at the
Yeah.
end of all of this. We're still Team USA,
right.
So
Like-
we're gonna do whatever it is
Yeah.
necessary to make Team USA the strongest it can be.
The most put together, and it's almost a detriment. United States, after 9/11, there was like nothing you can't separate the U.S. citizens.
It was the best.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it was all about American flags. It was all about, it's this beautiful country and it's pretty much us against them, and like they
It gave us a
attacked-
common enemy.
It did.
Just like every good coach does this.
Yes.
That's how you unite, is
Right.
you have a common enemy and you have a goal, which is to defeat that enemy. Like it's 101 leadership,
Yeah.
And now it's like,
Such a divide.
because everybody's trying to be a leader. And yes, it's like everybody wants to be a leader. How do I want to say this? It's like you can get I don't know. I'm just going to throw out some fucking numbers. Let's say you get 50,000 people that follow you, right? I get 50,000 people that follow me.
Yeah.
And then this guy gets 50,000 and that guy gets 50,000. We all have different viewpoints, but we all ultimately have the same goal, which is to create better communities,
Right.
Or to create better
Yeah.
people and to empower, right? But it's like these, in the political scene, if you're not on my team, you're off my team.
Yeah. It's either all or nothing.
And that's the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in all my life is you're on the same team. You wear the same jerseys.
Right.
But just because you're a shortstop and I'm a second baseman, we can't talk anymore.
Right.
Like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
We are wearing the exact same jersey.
Right.
What is going on?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
I don't either.
I don't understand it.
And I think it's setting us up for failure. It's setting us up because people are gonna extort those segregations. They're gonna say, yeah, isn't he a jerk or isn't she a jerk? You know what I mean? Like, no, sorry, my man, you're an outliner right now. We as a country need to come together and freaking do something so that we can maintain ourselves. And that's something that we're not doing right now.
It's almost as though we've been divided and conquered
Oh, definitely. By our own people.
by our own people.
It's asinine to me.
Just doesn't make any sense. But and what gives me hope though is there are a lot of people that think just the way you and I are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are a ton of people like that. There's also a ton of people that want to get rid of the word manhole.
Yeah.
Because it's gender specific.
Yeah.
You know, like there's people that are doing that too.
Right.
And we all live in the same area. You know, like we're all in the United States.
Yeah.
So it's listen, I would never want to be president of the United States.
Yeah. I would never want to be anywhere else than in this freaking country right here.
Yeah.
I would never want to see any other. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't care. There is no other place that I'd rather be besides.
I've never been anywhere else, so I don't know.
Here. So
I need to go other places.
hey, put that on your bucket list, man.
It's on. We have the passport stuff already. We have all that process going.
Inspired.
We have the process going. We're getting passports. We're going to go somewhere. But
I get a nice shine going. My head is super huge.
got that 5 head.
Yeah. Oh, one thing. That was pretty bad. So, do you ever get those people that, and I had to catch myself because I did this to a guy. Those people say, "Oh, I just bought a car. I just got a Ford Taurus." Mm-hmm. "Oh, why didn't you talk to me? I could have got you a better deal." Where were you when I was looking for a car? Like I'm supposed to say, "Oh, you know what? I think Ron's gonna have a better deal for me, so I'm not gonna buy this car." Do you ever have those people like that?
Yeah, I mean, I've had that happen before.
It drives me bananas. Like, why? So this guy was talking about a holster to me, and I really had to reserve myself and say, it's a shitty holster.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, you know what? They've made some good stuff in the past. And I had to respect the fact that this man just blew $120 on a holster. If I tell him how much it's going to suck,
Yeah.
he's going to feel even worse about himself.
Maybe he'll like the holster.
Hey, I hope he does. Everybody should buy a holster that's good for them. But seriously, like there's good holsters and bad holsters.
Yeah.
You doing it because you were going through your Facebook feed and it was like, oh, new deal right now, 35% off. Let me grab it. No, do some research first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Because that clickbait is a monster.
It's exactly what it is.
But I stopped myself. I said, you're going to be that guy that you hate. So I let him be. Said, hey, they put some good stuff out. I hope some of the stuff is good.
Yeah.
Good luck. You know, I said, if you'd like to know any other holsters, I can help you with that.
Yeah. So what's your favorite holster?
Oh, tier 1.
Tier 1.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the brand name?
Yeah. Yep, tier 1.
So what type of holster do you use?
Appendix. Yeah.
Appendix tier
Now, it's
1.
funny. This one is not. This is a minimalist holster. So I didn't want to have my sidecar. I didn't want a sidecar, meaning an extra magazine.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a minimalist holster that I wanted when I first started to figure out if I wanted to do appendix or not.
Got it.
I went and bought this. It was cheap. You know, it was probably about $40. And of course, it was part of the clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
I jumped on it because I wanted to see if I would even like appendix carry.
Yeah.
So this was the beginning of my appendix carry phase. And then when I started to realize I do like it and drawing on it, I went and bought a tier 1.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm all about. And I'm all a big proponent for appendix holster. I also took a picture of a guy. People like, oh, I'm a fat guy. I got too much, stuff
Too much
up
belly.
front. But I took a picture of a dude, do it on our website.
I saw he's like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
That guy didn't even look 300 pounds, but
Yeah.
a picture.
He's a big dude.
Big dude.
And he freaking had appendix, and he was like, bro, I don't even feel it. Now you couldn't put it like directly. He couldn't put it directly in front of him. Like it probably would have been lost in his
So let me
belly
ask
button.
you this. If a big guy like that, if something goes down, do you think they can get to it quick enough?
I think if you practice something enough, you can get to it.
Yeah?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be my concern is like if you relied on an appendix holster and you had a belly, you had a jacket on or whatever. But like you said, if you're training with it like that,
Right.
You'll get better.
So depending on what outfit I have on, I know it's kind of like crazy, but if I have an outfit or a shirt, you have to do a couple drawers with that holster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the only, because you're gonna know, hey, if that's gonna work or not.
Right.
So you got to put it into action.
Yeah. The holster I have, I would never carry. I would never carry my gun that I have now on a daily basis. It's too big. It's too big.
Never heard that.
I've never heard that. So we were talking about that last night, actually. Somebody said something like, you've never heard it's too long. And then somebody goes, yeah, but I've heard ouch before. Something like that.
Perfect.
I'm like, you stupid idiot. It was a good one, though. I thought it was funny.
But yeah, I think any holster, any gun, if it's something that you like, if you're thinking about sizing a gun to you, for one, you got to think of a couple of things. Is it concealable? Is it too concealed? Can you get it? Can you get enough purchase on it to draw it effectively? You know, or if you can manipulate all the functions of that pistol, then the pistol works for you.
Okay.
If you can't, you know,
It's not the right one.
so a lot of people have come to our gun courses and they're like, after that gun course, forget about it. I'm junking this thing.
Yeah.
You know, we should get into the gun buying game because we would really freaking have a quick turnaround for people. But people think that it looks good, or they read an article about it, and all of a sudden it's the magic wand to freaking guns. It doesn't work that way.
Nope.
You got to feel it. You got to hold it. You got to be able to manipulate it.
You got to use it.
You got to use it. Yeah.
I think that's the biggest takeaway that I've taken from taking the courses is you have to use your gun.
Definitely.
Because these older guys that come in, it doesn't even have to be older guys, but they're the ones who I would look to like, man, he probably knows how to use a gun.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like an old gun. He's old. He's probably been using it.
Yeah.
And these guys come up to the range and they come up to the line, and I look at the way that they're holding the gun,
Yeah.
and I'm nervous.
So much so, I don't think a lot of people, I mean, you should. Some people don't. They think
just
they got it
nervous.
all figured out. They think they got it all figured out. They think, like, 20 years ago, this is how my daddy taught me how to draw.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I saw on Clint Eastwood movies. Dirty Harry style.
Spinning guns in their fingers.
It's ridiculous. They can't do that. So there's been so much change, just like in the technology world. There's been so much change in 10 years on how to draw a gun, how to shoot a gun, how to pull a trigger, how not to pull a trigger, what kind of sight picture, sight alignment you should have.
Yeah.
Presenting the weapon, flash sight picture. There's so much out there. So much statistics are out there. People have really thought of the things that they're putting out, because if you're freaking practicing garbage, you're going to produce garbage. Everybody talks about practice makes perfect. No, practice makes permanent. So perfect practice makes perfect permanence. You
Got
see?
it. I hear
So
you.
if you're reproducing junk, trash, you're gonna get it. And then people are like, oh, but on the gun range, this is what they always said. Exactly. You need to think outside the box. There's enough CCTV out there. There's enough statistics on actual shootings for civilians or law enforcement. They know what works and what doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you have to be. Don't just take it because Ron said he's the best dude out there. No, can't do that. You got to do your due diligence, right? You got to
Right.
do it.
No, I agree.
Rant over.
That's good. It's good. There's too many people out there that have guns that don't know how to use them.
Yes. Yeah. Or that think they know.
That was a prerequisite for me getting a gun.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I got to take a course. Have to.
Yeah.
Because I think, personally, you should have to.
And everybody thinks they shouldn't, because the egos get in people's way for everything.
Well, yeah. And then they disguise the ego as your Second Amendment.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah.
Or they sit there and they be like, oh, what's wrong with this? Or, oh, he's a crappy instructor.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
The ammo's not right. It's shitty ammo. It's shitty this.
Yeah.
And then you touch the gun and it's like, it's not even oiled.
Yeah.
You know, it's not clean.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah. Sorry situation.
And I've never been in the service, any of that. And I mean, I'm just baffled by the things that I've seen
Oh yeah.
at a course. I could only imagine what I would see in somebody's house
Yeah.
that's not even taking the initiative to go to a course.
Right.
And listen, I'm sure that there's tons of gun owners out there that are just fine.
They are.
But
I think most people at least know the safety measures. Like, hey, look, this thing could destroy your actual body. So let's not point it at each other. You know, so there are some things that people are out there doing.
yeah,
But just being able to produce it, being able to fire it. What do you do? I remember when I first presented a course to a group of men. It was probably about the age range 40 to 65. Right. And I started talking about magazine changes. Yep. It's not a clip. It's a magazine. A magazine change. They was like, well, why would we do that? I only carry one. What? So what's going to happen if that magazine goes bad?
right.
Or that those rounds are garbage? Then what do? You might as well just throw it at them
Yeah, right.
because you can't do nothing else
So
with
they're
it.
just running with the one in the gun.
Yep, one in the gun. And it's probably been in that gun for probably about 15 years, sitting there under your pillow.
Right. That's a scary one too. Under the
Scary.
pillow.
Yeah. Almost shot my butt
I would
one time.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I didn't have all these like good Premiere practice back then.
Tell me about that.
I had a 38 6-inch, wheel gun, and I used to keep it under my pillow. Right.
Insane.
I was living in Seattle at the time, so my buddy freaking thinks he's funny, coming to sneak up on me, and I was sleeping, shot up out of my bed, gun in hand, pointed right at him. He was like, ah! He shit himself. It was just, he was like, why do you have this? What are you doing? Like, why is this in your hand right now? It's like, what are you doing? Get out my room. Like, it was horrible. Like,
That's how people get shot,
yes. Back up. Like, don't scare me. Like, I'm already on edge person anyway when I'm sleeping. I just think the worst of the worst, Now, granted, I don't do that now. I have children running around. It's
Right.
But
Yeah,
this
it's
was
different.
me. This was me living in Seattle. We were right downtown, and bro, I don't know.
He legit almost should. Did he shoot himself?
No, he didn't.
Oh man, that would have been
Didn't.
better.
His name was Paul. He was.
Shout out to Paul.
Yeah, Paul. Paul had a eggplant minivan.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great. But he was like a real pharmaceutical salesman.
Yeah.
He shout out to Viagra. So Viagra put him on the map.
Yeah.
He worked for Pfizer, and he was selling the little pill.
Okay.
But yeah, he just came. He came like to try to be funny, and there it was. Woo. Yep. Chrome
That's
freaking
crazy.
6-inch looking at him in the face. He didn't know what to do. He's like, I've never had a gun pointed at me in my life, and here you are. We're
Yeah.
supposed to be friends. Like, I come to play a joke on you, and you got a gun pointed at my face. Like, it was horrible. Poor guy. Like, he's like, why? He couldn't even fathom. He said, this is something you see in movies. Like,
Right.
people don't sleep with guns under their pillows. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. See, that's scary to me too. Just having it under your pillow, like that's right at your head.
Yeah.
It's like pointed at your wife, pointed at whoever else is in the
There
room.
was nobody in the room. I was a single guy, just
know.
freaking,
It just freaks me out.
just doing the
I
do.
hate that. I hate that people do that.
Why?
I don't know. Just feel like it's.
Well, you know what makes the gun go off.
I know.
What is it?
Your finger, but
Yeah.
like, what if you're like sleeping and just like the same thing that happened to you?
Yeah.
Somebody sneaks in. It's your buddy.
It was my buddy.
Whack him.
It was just in the news. This guy just shot his wife.
See?
He thought it was a burglar, and he freaking got up. Somebody was in his room, and boom,
Bap.
shot her.
That was the same thing that happened at Pistorius. Remember him? That is he African? African or Australian? I think he was South African. Anyhow, he shot his wife and said that he thought she was a burglar, but he ended up going to jail because that wasn't
what
the
happened.
truth.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, he killed her.
Yeah.
Well, he was he
like
sleeping
shot-
around or something like that?
Yeah, and then he like shot through the door or something. It was a whole weird story. You just kind of like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he went to jail for a little bit.
Yeah, I think
I'm pretty sure.
Australian. Was it Australian?
Was he Australian? I can't remember if he was Australian or what. Went for an hour and 10.
Whoa.
We got to do the intro and outro.
Yeah, let's do the outro now.
You could do whatever you want on the outro. I was going to stop this and then we could record it separately.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Do it. All right, signing off.